All right.
All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to the DrEnderPickles show. This time we have SilverKrownKing. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Not really much to say. I'm Silver Crown King or SKK. I used to play that dead server.
2B2T.
Yep.
All right, so I want to hop right into questions.
Go
Uh,
for it.
so this show is all about red pilling the masses about
Okay.
stuff from 2B2T. So you were in Nexus, right?
Yes, I
So I
was
want
at the
I want to
Nexus
hear
base.
I want to hear all about that base and your experience there.
Well, Nexus was a base on a server called Constantium, or as
Oh,
I've
well, somebody told me it was on Tubi. I guess I'm getting my sources
now
mixed.
Nexus was not on 2B2T. It was on a server called Constantium, which is a server owned by a 2B2T player.
Okay.
And a lot of people at that server were from 2B2T, but they left the server after some drama of some players having access to opt accounts. I hope that helps.
Yes, yes. Okay, let's see. The fall of the royal dynasty. What can you say about that?
Whoremonger space on 2B2T.
Yes, this is some 2B2T stuff now,
Well,
guys.
no, that wasn't on
Oh
2B2T,
my
but
gosh.
people said it was.
I'm
No,
sorry.
Royal
Somebody
Dynasty.
sent in some questions that I should ask you, so I'm kind of
Oh,
going
that's
down that
totally
list.
fine. No, that's fine, and I'll help fix it. Royal Dynasty was a base on 2B2T.
So,
It
yeah,
wasn't a base on 2B2T. Sorry, I'm trying to get multiple stuff done at once. Royal Dynasty was another base on Constantium. It was founded by Orin people from King's Landing, KGB, and other places on 2B2T when we moved servers. I hope that helps.
yeah.
Royal Dynasty was never on 2B2T.
So what can you say about your experiences at the in the royal dynasty?
It was a frustrating place because Whoremonger was so desperate on sharing his builds to get attention from other people that really just wanted to grief him. He was causing major FPS lag by his builds. He is an amazing redstoner, far beyond anything I would attempt for my redstone that just wrecked GPUs. You could not get, even when I have a setup at the time was running two 980 Ti's, and by his sorter I could not get more than 60 FPS, and it would make my temps go to stupid levels. It was a frustrating place because we kept asking him not to share pictures, not to share info, because people were ready to grief him, yet he kept doing it and kept doing it. And he, just as the video got posted up, someone took a screen from it and got the quartz. So yeah, my time there was not that happy. I had a
So that's how it
base leader
eventually
who was
fell.
determined to basically shill himself to the masses.
Yeah, so what made like Whoremonger just go off the rails? What ended up making him go into this spiral?
Politics, pure politics.
Yeah, I know he was very liberal.
I don't really too much. As much as I say stuff, I'm not too. I don't really hold members for having different political opinions. It's
Yeah,
just a fucking game. But
exactly.
Whoremonger took it to an extreme. He once got so he admitted even after that he was frustrated with real life politics and took it out on us. He even said that if because of stuff we were saying in chat, that he was going to grief the base because he didn't want to build with us anymore. He was going off. He was really I think he was just losing his grip on things, and frustration in real life was bleeding out into the game.
Yeah, that's what Tristan was saying, that he was, after Trump won, he just kind of went off the rails.
It was a real bummer because he was a very good builder. He was an expert in redstone. He was not the best artisan, though. His blocks, he only mostly used iron blocks for his builds, and it was frustrating. Ugh, I hated it.
Oh yeah, iron blocks are cool in some instances, but they just kind of bland most of the time.
He would make like these block art statues that are just iron blocks and stuff like that. The base was absurd. And unfortunately, players like me fed his autism because we duped stuff for him, along with another player called Bologna Pony that was dupe stuff. We were kind of the underdogs on the server there because admin was, I strongly suspect, another player that left 2B2T. We kind of were targets to get griefed, but we did try at that base. We had an interesting group of players there, very, very diverse group, which in the end, the diversity killed us.
So, um, okay, so I was told to ask you about Sir Leonidas. I don't know why.
That is rather odd you'd ask me that. Sir Leonidas is a player on Constantium who has incited bases and other stuff. Oh, that's Jared.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a 2B2 tier.
Okay, well, somebody told me to ask you about Sir Leonidas, so I don't know what the context was in that. Blake sent me a ton of
Yeah.
questions to ask.
Okay.
Um, Wait, so back to Nexus you were talking about earlier, that base. So what was
Uh-huh.
the backstory behind that base? What can you say about that base?
It was basically a little stupid project where Or had wanted to base with people on that server and asked me to invite a bunch of people that I disliked and didn't want to build with. And I invited them just to build with us and make this like the last hurrah of a base. And everyone signed up that wanted to after some drama of people that were invited without permission and were given cords and all that, all the normal based crap. Um, People started building there, and I just made something and bounced after the drama got too hot. Wasn't worth it.
All right, so um, I had heard somewhere that you and Fit get along over the gym. What can you guys what can you say about that? Your
I
obsession with the
share his
gym.
I share his passion for fitness. That's about it because I want to stay healthy.
Got to get those big player gains.
No, I just want to stay healthy.
Yeah, I actually exercised today for the first time in a month, so
It's a
I
good
feel you.
habit to have. It'll help you later in life.
What's your
I do it just keep
what's your favorite
what?
exercise routine?
Running.
Oh, Jared. Okay, for you guys who don't know, we're doing this in the Discord channel today. This is special, and Jared wants me to unmute him. Uh,
No.
and Silver has requested I don't do that. So sorry, Jared. That's what the interview question channel's for. If you want to spice this up, you send something in there. All right. So I want to ask you about King's Landing. That was a base you were at with a ton of people. So I want to know history of
It
that, how
was.
you got invited, and everything about it.
Brand wanted to make a base where he was king of everything. So,
Doesn't
with a
surprise me.
bunch of people, Yes, anyone. He wanted to make a base where he was in charge of like a whole bunch of different people and all kinds of stuff. And he invited me because he knew me from a previous project, and it was really just a huge shitstorm of people. He invited people that would not get along. He had Whoremonger and Pop Bob at the same base. The Skype channel for that base was hilarious. No one could get any traction anywhere, and the name of the game was Trigger Ore all day, every day. We had a bunch of builds there just for different stuff because of there were people that were invited that had building styles that did not get along well. We basically separated the base into two parts where the artisans went. And then Khaleesi decided to build smack dab in the middle of it this big schematic dragon. And I was making the towers behind it for our iron farm, um, and just trying to avoid on the artsy side where people were making houses. Brad made an interesting build. He actually made a statue of his player model, and under the foot of his player model was Jared's head. It's pretty interesting.
So, okay, I want to know more about Giffington 1, which was a base you got invited to on 2B. What can you say about the history of that base?
I cannot recall I was invited to Yiffington. I may have been given the chords,
It
but
might have been it might have been the second or the first. I knew you had the chords, right? You were given the chords by somebody.
that was a while ago. To be accurate on this, I do not recall that, but I don't recall being invited to that base. I'm sorry.
Okay, we're going to take a short 3-minute break from this interview. Emergency has come up.
All
Is that okay?
right.
All right, yeah, we're back. So, I'm gonna hop right back into it.
Sure.
So, back to Yiffington 1. It says Demon Elite gave you chords.
If he did, I cannot recall. It's maybe somewhere deep in my old Skype. I personally never saw it though.
All right.
I wasn't big on the name of the base either.
All right, so I want to ask you about. We're going to get to audience questions now, because
Sure.
I'm simply running out of content because I'm very uninformed.
That's totally fine.
So what is Silver Shekel Stash?
No idea what that is.
Okay. Uh, Jared just sent that an interview question, so I'm really not sure what it was either, but I figured I'd
Why is he
ask.
saying slender? Oh,
Who
silver
knows?
shekel.
Jared does weird stuff.
He does.
Okay, so he wants to know, and I quote, ask why he broke all of the end portals and blamed it on me.
No comment.
No comment. You're making him rage. Alright, so I want to ask about the Cool Kids Club then
Ooh,
that you were in.
that was a fun base. When I was newer to the server, after being a bit of an edge lord at spawn and griefing a bunch of places, I was at a place called Unity, which is this old ass like outpost, originally made by the Brotherhood of Diamond. I saw some signs there. I got invited to a base with Dr. Cash, Clyde, and some other people came later, including Fit and James Russells. Although Fit had a different name on his account at the time. basically they wanted to make a base, and I got invited because I was friendly with one of them. It was a really fun project. It was a long ass walk too. That base was like 1.3 mil. It's pretty far out, at least for me at the time, because I mostly stuck by spawn. It was just basically a bunch of players that decided on a spot. We all showed up at different times, and we just went our own way. I worked on this big gold farm, and thanks to a donation from Kino, who had a stash, I was able to speed up the stuff I was already duping. And we had a very nice base. I made this big gold farm that lagged the server. And like the typical noob I was at the time, I was saying, "Oh, I'm causing lag," and I was actually watching TPS crumble as I was farming gold to make golden apples, even while people were giving me stuff and I was duping. Base was a big monument to greed. That's the best way to put it.
All right.
Very
So,
fun place.
tell me about your history of Bologna Pony.
He was a guy I knew on 2v2t. He had a gold farm of his own. I was friendly with him. He had a very unique idea about how to make the best gold farm. So I shared info with the design I used after clearing it with some of my base mates. And we compared like the rates we got and some of the other builds we did, and we became friends. He even played with me on Constantium for a while before he quit. Nice guy, very balanced player that knew how to separate drama and real life from a block game.
All right, and you were also in the Third Incursion, right?
I was. I was invited while I was at a base called New Zion. Actually, Jared was there. After during the incursion, I was kind of got up a speaking relation with some other people on the server, and I think Bran referred me to someone in the for the third incursion, and I showed up to spawn after getting some stuff I needed. It was basically I was disappointed about the third incursion. I went for the specific reason to kill players at spawn. I had already griefed some stuff at spawn long before, including a base called like 700, which I my goal at the incursion was to kill anyone not on the base list. Help troll some people I wasn't a big fan of, and he just over time, like I noticed that Pyro was there too, building stuff. My goal was to just kill players there. I kind of got annoyed because a player named Sato was basically spreading like all this stuff like don't kill certain people and help build the stuff.
Yeah, what are
So
your
I
views
ran
on
into some
Sato?
a person who took the game a bit too seriously and
Oh
role
yeah.
played a bit too much.
Well, I mean, he came from a Lord of the Rings roleplay server, so.
See, I didn't see that application form until recently because I don't really get involved in much 2v2t drama. I still talk to some people from that time, but when I saw that, oh my god.
I don't know if I consider it much drama, more or less an unshocking revelation about a player who's already very much a Spurg.
2v2t is full of spurs. That's like that's like pissing in an ocean.
Who is the
There's some
biggest
people.
Spurg you've come in contact with on 2v2t?
Oh man, in just sheer like autism
Yeah.
or just how they act in general.
Well, you seem
Or
like you have one
they're
for both.
you are right. For sheer autism, Whoremonger, definitely. His redstone builds are just oh, they're so complex and all the timing involved. He made a fucking that got griefed that I saw before it got wrecked. It was just this huge thing that would calculate time on the server and spawns. It was absurd. He knew like so much about redstone and stuff. It was just beyond what like normal any fan of the game would know. He like knew deep shit about it. For just autism alone as a person, I'd say Jared's dedication to just being 2B2T's butt monkey, griefer, edge lord extraordinaire. I've seen him get killed, him get DDoSed going to imps, and then get DDoSed again, and he still kept going. Whatever, he got kicked offline or something. I can't remember. He was heading to imps, and then he said his connection got like kicked off or something. It was a while ago. I gotta find the screenshots of it. I have it somewhere buried deep in my logs. But Jared, I think, wins is just autism dedication to the server because of all the bases he's
uh,
wanted to grief.
Jared just said
Yeah,
he never got DDoS.
he got kicked off or something because I remember that he was trying to head over there, and some people at imps were telling him like you need a timeout and stuff like that. It was pretty crazy. I don't know the details of that. All I could see was as I was going down the tunnel he was digging, him getting kicked off every now and then.
All right, so I'd like to move to another audience question. Uh, and I quote, ask him about his 4 dubs of Bedrock that he got in 2012, even though he joined in mid 2014.
Well, someone gave me chords, took it, and moved it somewhere else.
Okay.
Stuff gets stolen, especially if someone gives me chords to it that I didn't like. But life goes on.
Jared, I don't get how a Jewish star is a question. Is a question. Is that supposed to symbolize something?
No,
I'm seeing if Jared's star symbolizes anything. It's as if he's stereotyping the Jewish religion. Ask him about the end portal griefing. I already did, Jared.
no comment.
Exactly. Uh, let's see. Okay, Pingu wants to know what you think of the current state of the server.
Uh, let's see. Current state of 2B2T.
Yeah,
Marketed heavily.
definitely.
Tool, yeah, tool for the masses to play a block game that is already dead.
Oh yeah, man. Like this whole quote unquote incursion that's going on right now was just one big
Yeah,
publicity ruse for Fit to have more content and relevancy. That's all it was.
all the relevancy has been drained out of the server, and new players trying to follow the old drama and stuff is retarded. Have your own adventures, do your own stuff. Don't get involved in incursions and any other crap. All the fighting and the drama over it is retarded.
See, and that's the thing about 2B2T. For most people, I mean, it just gets old after a while, the concept of it, because most people aren't used to that. But for people like us, you've been through it so many times over and over the same stuff that eventually you just become numb to it and you enjoy it. But people leave so fast when they realize that nothing's permanent, nothing's safeguarded. There's no protected anything. There's no teleport. There's no set home. They go right back to their townie servers.
Well, it's the problem is that what defines an anarchy server? You have people that are using 2B2T to get attention, to make money, to do all kinds of stuff that the game really was never intended for.
Oh yeah, I
It's a
mean,
Minecraft map that's been up.
I would have never thought back in 2014 that there would be people like actively making shekels off of this server, whatever way it might be, through YouTube, through selling in-game items like 32Ks. Like wow, I mean, I didn't think it'd get to that point.
Oh, it definitely would. It's not the first time stuff has been traded for real money on the server. There was a kind of a black market for ages. It's just more prominent now. In the end, really nothing ever changes. 2B2G is determined to just get rated. Life goes on, cash the fucking check. And nothing's ever going to change, no matter who gets added or who gets removed from the community. Also, too, once you join, you can never leave. Well, at least as they say. There are some people that still play that define that. They cannot leave. They're addicted to the game.
So Jared would like to know, and I quote, ask him about his relationship with Clyde. What can you comment on that?
I have some disagreements with him, but it is in the past. I have no negative feelings to him. My last dealing with him was threatening to grief a base because he was causing drama in King's Landing, um, which in retrospect was probably not the best idea, but I did want to avoid KL getting griefed for at least a little bit longer. So I kind of did burn him on that one. But I've got no hard feelings for him now. I don't know if he shares my opinion though, but that's on it.
So, how did you initially find out about 2B in the first place? What was your gateway into playing 2B?
I saw it on 4chan's V section.
Yeah, like when you joined mid 2014, or when did you join?
Tristan Records shows I joined like late 2013, although I have been on the server a little bit before with another account. But if you're going by the official time I joined on my account, it should be sometime late in 2013. So that would make me, I think, a mid fag, however you guys label
Yeah,
it now.
I'm right there with you on that. But honestly, a
So
lot of people believe that role doesn't exist, but I still hold it to a good
whatever the
standard.
role is, that's I've joined before that on another account, but we should go by the time the main account was used, so late 2013, mid
I mean,
2013.
at this point, anybody who joined pre-Rusher is pretty much an old friend at this point.
I kind of dislike the roles, but if they're using them for that case, I guess the really old players can label me a mid fag, whatever works for them. I'm not going to claim I'm like some legendary
Yeah,
or that is, because frankly, it's not true. There's
I
some
mean,
people that
and
have
it's just
said
a
they've
social
been
class
thrown.
too. I mean, you can say whatever you want, nobody can stop you because it's just a title. There's no actual merit to the title.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I mean, it's just based off of relativity.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I have another question about 2B2T
Sure.
fish and wildlife and your
Great
involvement
project.
in that.
It was started players. God, I wish I could remember their names. It's been a while. I've been talking years. Who they are? Because he's typing. I can see it right now. But it was a group that was started by two players who killed people at spawn for laughs. Thank you, Pompano and Fubster. It's been a can't remember all that stuff. It's been a while since actually part of like the drama. But there were players that would kill people at spawn, but they do it in hilarious ways. They would only speak in capitals all the time, caps lock on 100%. It basically find players that were loafing around, quiz of questions they had to answer, which would, if they would get them killed, if they answered right, they give 99% they were going to die. They had a little base spawn where they worked from, and they basically were like the autistic version of park rangers. If they found you and you didn't have a good reason, you were probably going to die.
That's interesting.
Very hilarious people. Pompano was especially hilarious.
So, okay, we have another question incoming from JerBeer. He wants to know why you migrated to Constantium.
for a few reasons. One, I got kind of sick of the base drama, for one. Two, some people had access to op accounts and were obviously abusing them. So I decided to peace out because it was kind of pointless to play if people would just get your chords from some because they have access to an account or spawn in hacked items, as I found some players had 32K items and other stuff. So I just kind of felt it wasn't legit. So I left. Plus, kind of the same groups got old after a while.
Jared says, need to clear that up. We never had access to an opt account. Pyro cracked George Bush 420 in 2014. But
Nice meme.
Jared, I'd be willing to say that not a lot of people actually know that though, or are open. Like, I mean, people just kind of see it from an outside perspective.
I saw people abuse many OP related things. I've seen people fly at spawn, like openly, in creative mode. I have seen 32K swords at a stash with my own eyes. I have seen heads being spawned in right by me. I have seen all kinds of crazy shit. I've even seen a teleport. So there was definitely some sneaky shit going on. Jared covering down for them, though, that's ironically hilarious. But we'll just leave that to history to either decide if they had OP access or not. But more on top of just the misuse of accounts, a big part of why I left was just the stupid fucking drama. It gets old. Really old and fast.
Oh yeah, yeah. Tell me about it. I've been involved in a lot of 2B drama over the years that has cost me my reputation on the server. But eventually you kind of grow it back the more people you meet.
Reputation is overrated.
Oh yeah.
What matters is if you had fun playing or not. If you don't have fun playing the server, why force yourself to be relevant?
Yeah, relevancy. I mean,
Is a
only.
meme.
Yeah, exactly. Well, all right.
But you could maybe have faith in it and go join the rushers, and maybe you'll kill a few of them, right?
Exactly.
That shit was so retarded. But hey, it allowed a guy to start his own YouTube channel, I guess. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
any other questions you want to ask me?
Unless you have anything that you would like to bring up or talk about.
No, I'm good.
I mean, all right then. Uh, if that is all,
All
then.
right. Well, it was great talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
I hope in some way this could help you with your interview process. It was great talking to you. Take it easy.
Yep, this was fun. See you later.
Bye.